Red lights on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That happens. Hey, everybody. Welcome to McCrazy's Place. If you are returning, thank you for sticking with us. If you are new here, welcome. As you know, I am your hostess with the mostest, XtinaMcCrazy, actually XtinaMcCrazy. See, now I'm getting all my shit mixed up. XtinaMcCrazy on Facebook, aka XtinaMcCrazy on TikTok, Instagram. Just stick with those two. There's like 5 more, but I'm not really active over there, so just stick with those two.
Blue Sky is so difficult for me.
Huh?
Blue Sky is so difficult for me.
Yeah, I never really, although Threads is the other one. So TikTok, Instagram, and Threads are where I am most active. I won't tell you how I was talking to people at 3:30 this morning because I woke up because my dog peed off the side of the pee pad. But that's a whole different thing. Okay. Because I love mopping the floor at 3 a.m. For those who have been here before or who have watched I am your host, XtinaMcCrazy. Oh, yeah, I gave you that part. Also, co-host of Thursday Night Live with that guy over there who I'll introduce. No, the other guy, the one who just pointed, because projection. Co-host of Thursday Night Live with that guy and the homie Leo Rochelle. Also co-host of the Lightning Bolt Chronicles with my bestie Erica. We are currently on a break, but there are plenty of episodes to get caught up on. TheLightningBoltChronicles.com. Super excited. Oh, I just knocked down my microphone because why not?
Super
excited. How do I sound? Do I sound okay?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
You're not yelling at us. Yeah.
Super excited to introduce. You know what? I'm going to introduce him. I'm going to introduce Alabama first. Because other people acting up over here. And so he's used to getting introduced first. So we're gonna push him to the back of the line. Super excited to introduce Sarcarrogant Super Fan and one of our favorite commenters on Thursday Night Live, Alabama. Tell people a little bit about yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is James, aka Alabama. As y'all know, I'll be in the comments trying to make them laugh and mess them up while they on their live. Sometimes try to make Christina laugh so hard she gotta go off camera. So
and do.
Sometimes.
As you know, y'all can find me on Instagram as Unknown Journey Remastered. We are, my wife and I, aka Mrs. Alabama, are in the process of working on a fun travel podcast.
Stop. No. Don't call it that. Okay. I was in the room with her. She said, don't call it that.
Sticking with it. It's going to be
a lifestyle podcast. Okay. Don't call it the travel podcast.
He said
I'm a travel agent. So my lifestyle is travel. So therefore it's a travel lifestyle podcast. How about that?
We've never seen Alabama.
There was a compromise, a travel lifestyle podcast.
And we never seen Alabama again as soon as the episode comes out.
Yeah, we do like Mrs. Alabama, don't we?
We're going to have fun elements in there. We're going to add aspects of, is it safe for us to travel? Is it versus, getting the African-American opinion versus white American opinion on different locations. It's going to be, Disney
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The Green Book podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, we travel a lot, so we like to share our experience, and plus we like making memories and helping people make memories. So travel ain't got to be expensive. You can get there anyways, and we like helping people figure out which ways they can get there and make memories.
Yep.
Yeah. And see, I'm already cultivating segments in my head.
That's what I'm saying. And then when we get that thing finally off the ground, it will be on Sarcarrogants. I promise you.
Oh, and that takes away one of the questions. I was going to ask you why, as our Sarcarrogant super fan, you didn't have a podcast, but I see you have one in the works. Yay!
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been talking with Leo and getting some advice from Leo.
Mm-hmm. That's a good person to get advice from.
I absolutely love that for you. I can't wait to watch it or listen to it, whichever, or both, or however you know.
It's going to be both.
Well, it has to be watch it because you can't do a travel podcast and not have.
You gotta watch it in case she try to kill me on camera. There's evidence. So
you keep calling it a travel podcast. She definitely.
You know, married things. And if you have watched my show before, or you're familiar with Thursday Night Live, or even if you watched last season's season finale on Lightning Bolt Chronicles, you will know my next guest, CEO of Sarkargan's Media Group, Pablo the Podboss. Pablo.
Super guest at this point. Super guest.
Are you jealous because I called Alabama a super fan?
No, that's fine. That's
you had
perfectly
to throw
fine.
your own super in there.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, this is like the Justice League. Okay, everybody super something. All right.
I call Batman.
Hey.
Okay. Really?
Okay. I'll be Green Lantern then. That's fine.
Wait. Is Justice League just DC?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. Gen X and older millennials forgot their childhood. I'm totally like believe that fact because that's all we used to watch. Okay, until about 93, 94, all we used to watch was DC.
Unfair because Superman, Batman, actually, Michael Keaton as Batman. Hello, best Batman.
All DC.
Wonder Woman. So yes, however, as an adult. With the movies and the the what is it, the cinematic universes as they are,
MCU.
I'm more of a Marvel than a DC.
See, I was Marvel until they made the Hulk a punk. I can't do it. The Hulk.
You don't like hipster Hulk?
They said Red Hulk is crazy though. They say you gotta watch the new Captain America. Red Hulk crazy.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, I went Hulk throwing stuff. Ain't no way we got Hulk crashing through a whole big old flying alien ship. But then just because he got pieced up one time by Thanos, he don't want to come out.
Sometimes that happens.
He went to therapy and he learned
bullies how to are bullies until they get punched. That's all.
His identities. Okay, I'm sorry, but I loved hipster Hulk, and when they went back to that part and they were like, "Come on, Hulk, smash up some things," and he was like, "Urgh," and threw them up. That shit was hilarious to me. I'm sorry. The way he threw the motorcycle, like, "Urgh."
You seen Christmas Story? He was a bully till Ralphie started beating on him, then he started crying. It happens, okay? Sometimes you just get hit in the mouth and you don't want to do this no more, okay?
Hey, sometimes that's the best way to shut down a bully. You got to beat their ass. So
it was the last character that I was holding on to because Transformers, they got rid of Bumblebee and got this they got rid of Hot Shot and made Bumblebee, and I'm like, what happened to Hot Shot? Hot Shot was stupid, arrogant, would go try to fight Megatron by himself, and then get kicked and knocked down, and be like, "Oh, help Optimus Prime!" But now they got this silent character that just does nothing. Like,
he plays music. He speaks in music like Leo.
Yeah, he does. He does.
No, anybody won't did.
I'm watching. I'm gonna watch Transformer 1 when we get off of here though. I caught the end of it coming home from work and I was like, ooh, I shouldn't have did this. So I gotta watch it from the beginning. So but
I think I tried to start watching it and didn't fully get into it. But
yeah, I like origin stories. So and I'm very critical of origin stories. So I want to watch it. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, it is he, it is him, Pablo, aka the Jester, aka the Pod Boss, aka his grandma's favorite grandson, aka the Bearded Wonder. I'm not really bearded right now because I had to cut it off because my face was itching and I ain't feel like making no more oil. But it's okay. I won't say the other nicknames because Christina don't like half of them. So
I was just gonna say I'm gonna put my foot down, and you better not use the one that makes me go every time.
But in certain areas, in certain realms, I am Girth Brooks. Okay.
Damn it!
AKA Girthy Smurf. Okay. All right. I am CEO.
Only Pablo makes me stop my own damn camera on my own damn show.
CEO of this thing of ours, SMG. Mr. More AKAs in HBCU. Pinkies up. Shout out to the Deltas because some Deltas ran up on me because I said pinkies up and don't. So shout out to the Deltas as well. Pyramids are wonderful, but it just flows. AKA pinky. You know what I mean? And Mr. Alabama over here is trying to get me to be an alpha. He want me to go back to school just so I can pledge alpha. We'll see what happens.
You can just do grad after you don't gotta go back to school.
We'll talk about that because yeah, at this point I gotta be alpha because this is all I do. So I
mean, like Will Ferrell and Luke Wilson did it in old school.
That's true. That's true. So you never know. I might be an alpha man one day. You might see me with an alpha man hat. So
wait, speaking of Will Ferrell, did you guys see him and Anna Gasteyer at the SNL 50th homecoming reunion? Not like us.
Watch it this morning. I love it.
Yeah, I saw that clip. I was like, that's hilarious. My dad keeps telling me to keep watching all the SNL because they've been killing it recently. I feel like a few years ago they fell off for a while.
So the thing with SNL is as they transition new cast in and out, they kind of peak, as Pablo would say, peaks and valleys.
Yes.
I've been watching for a long time. Like my kids grew up watching SNL. Yes, I know that's inappropriate, but my kids were a little advanced. But we've been watching for a long time, and that's kind of how it goes. Like as the new people come in and certain people transition out, they all have to kind of gel again. And so they'll have a little section where they're not really funny, and then they figure each other out, and then they get funny again. They're coming back into.
Some people ain't just funny,
and sometimes people aren't funny.
Yeah,
but typically they know because you'll see people So when they do the what is it, the featuring or whatever, the 4 people at the end of the cast, they're auditioning. They're on probation. And they either become part of the cast or you don't see them no more.
Yep. I wanted to audition for them.
Yeah. They so yeah, SNL it goes through peaks and valleys. I'm loyal SNL because it's had some real good shit over the years. So, but Will Smith and Anna Gasteyer as those characters, they're that married couple.
Yeah,
that was peak SNL and time, and that shit was funny.
To like piggyback off what you said, people don't realize when Adam Sandler and them first came, that wasn't funny.
Not at first.
First couple of months when Adam Sandler and all them showed up, that was not hilarious to nobody. So, but
they had to gel, and then they became hella funny. And still, one of my favorite peak SNL times was when the funniest people in the cast were female. When it was Amy Poehler, Kristen Wiig, and Maya Rudolph all together with Rachel Dratch. Rachel Dratch is underrated. Well, I don't know. People might know her now because Parks and Recs, which I've never watched an episode of. But
oh my, I would give it all up for Maya Rudolph. I'm just saying. Every time. Every time.
As soon as you said her name, he just drifted.
Pablo, you remind me of the teenage Dalmatian at the dog park who just be humping on all the other dogs. Like, cut it out.
If the dog is Maya Rudolph, yes.
Put your leg down.
No, not for Maya. Okay.
If it's Maya, if it's Rosa, there was a pod girl over there you were talking about somewhere.
Oh, Drea. Shout out to Drea. Yeah. But her voice, I can't deal with her voice all the time. So that's gonna be like a long distance.
Family, get your friend.
But what's that movie Maya was in? Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Mm-hmm.
I only watched it because Maya Rudolph was in the movie, and that just so
was
happened.
a funny movie.
But yeah, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Melissa McCarthy is going crazy." But before it was like Maya Rudolph. I said, "Oh, I'm in."
But
I'm
that was right after they were coming off that peak when all the ladies left SNL and fucking Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph were doing movies together and fucking killing it. They are hilarious together. The way they play off of each other. And there's a lot of parts of that movie where it's ad-libbed because they're just fucking with each other.
Yes.
Like, because if you watch the outtakes, I love Kristen Wiig and I miss the Target lady.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the thing. My favorite person on there was Tom Hanks. I think Tom Hanks, almost every skit he was in, especially when he did that Black Jeopardy.
Oh my God.
Like, excluding the controversy with Tom Hanks, before that, he was the greatest human being that ever walked the earth. Like, he'll pop up in somebody's wedding, like just randomly. Like, he'll be walking in the park, he sees somebody getting married, he'll just jump in the wedding. Like, hey, Tom Hanks here. Like,
wait, I vaguely remember something. What's the controversy?
What is he? Something he had to do. He had to leave the country for a couple of months, but then he came back. I forgot. Him and his wife left the country for a couple of months. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was part of the.
No, it was some kind of charges that they brought up that he may have had.
Yeah, and him and his wife had to leave real quick, and then they came back. But yeah, Tom Hanks is.
I need to know
before that he was all right.
I think it had something to do with sexual harassment charges or something during one of his shoots or something.
Yeah, something I don't know, but he's gonna leave in the country. Russell Simmons is cleared of all charges. He can come home now.
That's been a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah. It was like 5-6 years ago.
Because I need to know.
You don't. It's okay. He's good now.
Although apparently him and his wife walked out on the SNL 50th anniversary show. I wonder what that's about. And Tom Hanks fleeing to Israel is fabricated.
Just me listening to the internet. Listening to the internet.
That's what I thought. And this is Reuters for anybody wanting to check my sources. It says a fake CNN news report about actor Tom Hanks fleeing to Israel following the release of documents related to disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein is circulating on social media.
Okay.
That's what it was. It was Epstein.
Well, when I retract what I said earlier, and Tom Hanks is the greatest human being on earth.
Unless he actually was.
And he just paid somebody to say it was fake.
All it says is that him fleeing to Israel wasn't true.
Okay.
In regards to said financier.
Gotcha. Okay.
It didn't say that his connections to said financier were fake. To be clear.
I'm sorry. And if you want to clear your name, come on, Sock Arrogance. One of us.
We're only reporting what we read in the news. So,
you want to clear your name.
We'll do an unbiased interview. We listen, we judge, and we,
unbiased.
Well, that's why I said we listen and we judge, but we'll let you,
Yeah, come on.
Say your piece and stuff.
Any show. Even go on Alabama show. If you want to go on Alabama show, okay? They'll travel to you. They'll travel podcast. So
we listen and we judge.
Man, some people gonna get in trouble with that challenge.
Look,
don't judge.
I didn't see none of them turn out good. None of them. Every single one I saw ended with damn near violence.
The deaf mama was the one. That was the one for me.
Okay.
The mama that was like,
that was hilarious. They was going in on each other.
Yeah.
And at one point, the mama looked at her like, I will beat. And she was like, we don't judge.
You know, turn this camera off.
So we don't judge till the skit's over. Yeah.
That's just like the suspect challenge. Like they took that too far. Like,
oh, but I've seen some cute ones there at least.
Yeah.
The other one, they all end badly. The suspect one, I've seen some really cute ones.
Yeah, I must be on the wrong side of the internet because I seen the bad one.
Truthfully speaking, Pablo, is there any part of the internet that you're not on? I feel like you're on all sides of the internet.
I am.
Good, the bad, the sleazy, the booty holes.
The booty holes. Only go over there once in a while. You get a little lit over there. Go to the booty hole Instagram. What up, though? You know what I mean?
So you can't keep acting like it's just in his main library or something. Just one, two, three, there it is.
Booty hole Instagram.
Yeah, shout out to booty hole Instagram. Yeah.
That's on his burner account.
Shout out to Keita Rose too. She did a Valentine's Day photo shoot, and I didn't know Keita you was working with all that. So shout out to you.
You didn't?
Nah.
I ain't even into that, and I knew.
Nah, I didn't know she had all that. I didn't know she.
But while we're talking about Keita Rose, big ups to Keita Rose because she's doing exactly what I had planned to do before my settlement said I couldn't. The way she is putting them motherfuckers on blast, and that's what I wanted to do. Was after I came out of the lawsuit, I wanted to fucking tell all the stuff. Because the whole reason for the lawsuit was to get them to stop doing the bullshit they was doing. But my settlement said I couldn't disparage them. So fuck the plantation. So
I was saying the amount of NDAs have these just been people that's admitting to having signed is crazy.
Man.
At this point, don't even go outside if you gotta have an NDA for something. Like,
well, and see, so that's the thing. So at the time that what happened before I sued, they tried to get me to sign an NDA. And I refused to sign it because I already knew I didn't want to shut up about shit. And so that's why they made it when I won the settlement, they made it part of the legal agreement that I couldn't disparage them because they knew. Fuck you. Hell no, I didn't sign no NDA. I said no when you asked me to. And just to put a cherry on top of that motherfucker, he tried to explain it to me like I was 5 years old, but the fucking NDA is like I wasn't responsible for all the NDAs at the finance company I worked at for 10 years. Fuck you, fool. Anyway, sorry. Like my dog, I gotta shake it off.
Christina, come back.
Like Stormy, I'm gonna shake it off. But I can't do it like down my whole body like the dog does.
Like Taylor Swift.
Oh, good gracious. Oh, good gracious. Now you get the Swifties. First you attack the Beyonce bees and all them people. Now you got the Swifties.
First and foremost.
Then you got the Jackson people coming after you too. What route do you not want to
First and foremost.
Pablo likes it when people are coming after him, though.
I told y'all
on purpose
10 years ago. I'm not scared of no bees. Okay, y'all can come ahead and do what you need to do. The Jackson Hive is interesting. Okay? Because it'd be a whole point when we're talking, and then all of a sudden you see reality hits them, and then they start to get sad because I'm telling the truth. Then I'm like, okay, you have some common sense. Them Swifties though, shout out to y'all. I don't want no smoke. I really don't. I don't want no smoke.
You know what though? I understand.
Them Chiefs didn't want no smoke during that Super Bowl either. So.
You know what the Super Bowl brought up it started recirculating the clip where Serena did the Crip Walk at Wimbledon back in, what was it, like 2012?
That was a terrible
and the piece of that clip that just warms my heart every time and I watch over and over again is the way Venus reacted when she saw her sister doing the Crip Walk at Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So just as much as like I smile when I see Serena do it, Venus's reaction from the stands is everything. If you haven't seen that, go back and look at it, because oh my God.
Man, I tell you, the one thing I love when those kind of controversies come up is I have friends on each side of the spectrum. It is so fun because they're not friends with each other, but I just go down my feed and I can just see, ooh, this side lying about something. Ooh, Beyonce. Let's see. Serena Williams is doing a gangster thug dance, throwing up Crip signs. I was like, whoa, bring it back, guys. Bring it on back. Like, that's not what it was at all.
You got friends that agree with Stephen A. Smith too?
Yep. Oh, I got all of it. It's just
it's like I wonder what people be watching. Because their interpretation of what happened is not at all what happened.
See, and that's not what it is. Remember, we've talked about this before. Communication is not just getting the message across, it's also comprehension.
Yeah.
So it's how the fuck their brain works that it twisted. Have you seen that clip? There is a clip where it shows Serena. It starts with Serena Crip Walking, and then it shows Kendrick going in front of the dancers, and the audio is nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, and the top says how white people saw the halftime show.
Okay,
my thing is.
I ain't gonna hold you. It was some nigga shit going on, okay? But
yes,
it wasn't a whole lot of nigga shit.
Yeah, but not like how they interpreted it.
My thing is what's funny is like I've noticed this trend, and it was like, you know, when Beyonce performed, oh, they didn't like it. When Kendrick performed, oh, of course they didn't like it. When what's her name? Sierra performed. Ooh, they didn't like it. But U2 gets on there, and I fall asleep during the halftime show when U2 was on. I ain't gonna lie. That thing was boring. I heard nothing. It was the greatest Super Bowl ever. They
because
even
they
had a
know
clip
all
of
the U2
SpongeBob.
songs.
And I was like, so the whole thing is like, you know, it's not that you did like it. You weren't gonna like it no matter what they did. They could have got on there and sang the Star Spangled Banner 3 times in a row. You've been like, ooh, it's terrible.
If Nelly was on there, they would have liked it. They would have liked Nelly.
Or Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, if you go to a white party, they play nothing but Nelly over there. And Will Smith. Will Smith, why does Will Smith, you need a Super Bowl? Will, you need a Super Bowl, Will.
Nelly got his pass when he sang with the Honey Nut Cheerios beat. That's what Nelly.
Then he came out there with the country song. Yep, it's like we here. He didn't give him an album. He only gave him a song. That's the difference. Could he gave him an album? They'd be like, whoa.
And then Beyonce winning this country album of the year, you would have thought somebody died. I've been sitting here reading these comments, and they also upset. And all I do is I go into them. I'm like, so what about when Macklemore won the rap album of the year? Did you have any conflicts with that one?
Nope.
Nope. This was a good song. Okay.
I mean, it was. He's got 2 or 3 good songs.
Yeah.
But like Alabama said, they didn't have no problem with him winning rap album of the year.
He did. That's the crazy part. They gave him the award.
What he got on stage and said he didn't even want it. And they were that's so it's just
white people.
Open hypocrisy.
Again, I'm with y'all. Okay.
You with them on what?
That Beyonce country that shouldn't have won country album of the year.
A couple that's why I compare it. I compare it to Macklemore. It shouldn't have won that thing of the year.
It shouldn't have won.
But
okay, it was honky country. It's not what modern country even sounds like anymore. The closest thing to modern country on there was the Shabuzi record. So Yeah, she shouldn't have won.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know enough about country, and I haven't listened to the album or Taylor's newest album. Or I was surprised to find out that what the fuck is Post Malone doing right now? Because that fool was on a country album with Taylor, and he was somewhere else at the Grammys where I was like, what the fuck is Post Malone doing?
Just making money.
Throwing money at him.
Yeah. Modern country sounds like it's closer to R&B actually nowadays than it is in regular country music. So yeah, I don't know how she won. That's okay.
But there is a big influx of African American singers in country music, and they sound amazing. And I think it was like one was like Rashad, sounds excellent. There's one guy I've been just started listening to. I can't think of what his name is, but his whole album you wouldn't know at all if you did till you saw him in person. But I mean, it's one of those things. It's like if Beyonce winning this country music award opens the door to let some more people of color win that award, fine, be it. Let her be the fall person.
You really think you're gonna let somebody win that award?
Oh no, we got like 3 years for them to cool down first.
Oh yeah,
no, but what it does do is open up the doors for more Black people to be able to do country more freely.
Come back to our roots.
So Alabama was saying there's an influx of African American country artists. Like I said, I don't know a lot about country, but I do know that because I've been coming across them like on TikTok. They'll come across and then I'll go and listen to their music and I'm like, damn, this is kind of banging. Like
there's this country rapper, white guy. Don't know his name. I follow him though. And every once in a while he pops up on my timeline. He cold.
You talking about the dude with the big beard? The big tall dude with the beard? Is he Yeah. Well, that dude was cold with country grandma.
He got that raspy country voice to you. I'm like, why is he not?
Sir, the next time he comes up, can you send him to me so I can check him out since you don't even know his name, so I can't even go look him up.
But when I see it, I'm like, that's him.
I'm not going to go search country dude with the big beard because who knows what the fuck is going to come up.
You're going to end up with some stuff you ain't supposed to be listening to.
Yeah, that's why I don't have no clothes on when you look that up.
Yeah, because it's funny, like, if you go on like Sirius XM, if you go through like the 4 or 5 different country stations, there's like 3 that we kind of can listen to, and then there's those 2 that some of the songs they have on there is not meant for us to hear.
Not at all.
They're saying the stuff out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not quiet. It's with a megaphone.
What's his name?
I think one guy was like, I think it's like something like, I only like my people the way my rice looks white. So I was like, we got to change this. Yeah. It's like, this ain't meant for it. Like it's out there, and it's not even.
One of my old schools I used to work at, they listen to the country music in the main office. Sometimes when I walk up there and had to ask them a question, they'll turn it down. They don't want to offend. But they grew up listening to it. So, but what's the difference between that and Heavy D saying black coffee, no sugar, no cream?
Oh, it's the thing will be origination. Will be the difference. Come on now. They look. This the fact. I mean, it's going to be the same. It's going to be offensive to both sides, but is one originating from a state of superiority complex, or is it existing from a complex of I need to boost myself up because we've been put down for so long?
This high,
like Eddie Murphy's Jewish character said in Coming to America.
But this high yellow black man is telling you, I don't want no other woman in the world but a black woman, no sugar, no cream. He said he liked his people like he liked his rice. He didn't say he liked Spanish rice, dirty rice. He just said rice.
I'll tell you what.
Rice was white.
Each one.
Told you white people, I got y'all. I'm with y'all today, white people.
Pablo,
right in the middle of Black History Month. Don't even worry about it, white people.
Pablo.
My booty hole brown. This is how I talk with my friends. If y'all don't know, people. If this is the first time watching this is how I talk with my friends.
But see, that's what it's funny because like I'll get on, I'll have comments. He'll be like, because I get it from both sides. Because ever since me and my wife got married, I get it from both sides. I can't it's like you don't love the black people because you married a white woman. And then I go to the other side, you are racist against white people because you're black. Like
yeah.
I just state facts. If I hit you with it, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's
how I feel about the Jacksons. I hit you with the
that
is
other people's issue because neither is mutually exclusive.
Mm-mm.
You can be married to somebody and still be racist. You can have children with that somebody and still be racist. Ask me how I know. No, don't ask me how I know. Okay. There's a lull. So then, Alabama, I got to ask the question I promised I was going to ask when you got on my show. Did you say you was a theater kid?
Kind of. I was like, what's that guy's name? Remember in it's gonna hit me. It's a Disney movie where the guy's basically playing basketball, then joins the theater because Selena Gomez is in it or whatever.
High School Musical.
High School Musical. I consider myself like that. I played football, then I also did theater. So I was like the best of both worlds. Because like I would go do shot put, get fifth in state, then also be on stage singing. So,
you like a well-rounded person.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I am in a production right now.
Wait, what?
You gotta be twice as good to get half the recognition.
Exactly. The black man had to be twice as good.
Man,
what's so funny is how many times at my middle school and high school, just playing sports to have fun, people be like, "Oh, you only think you're good because you're black." Like, no, I think I'm good because we're having fun. Just because I whooped you,
think I'm good because I'm black.
Exactly.
They can't stand to see black people happy.
Yeah.
You was just having fun, and they had to have something to say.
But that's also them too. Like they can be playing basketball, and you can just be sitting there minding your business. Probably don't even know how to play basketball, but just because you're black, hey, you want to come play? Because they think that's the advantage of having a black guy on the team.
And I'm going to tell you,
sir, I am a nerd with two left feet.
Exactly.
I do not play ball.
Now, there's only one kid that we were like, should have been great, like at sports, because his dad played in the NFL, his mom played in the WNBA. Nerd. It was just, but we loved him. But it was like out of the genetics, you should have been top tier somewhere.
Sometimes it cancels each other out. Like you can have two attractive people who have the not most attractive children. Or two not very attractive people who have the most beautiful children. That shit, you don't know. Sometimes that shit cancels each other out.
Shout out to my little cousin, because she shouldn't have came out like that. You survived, cuz. Shout out to you.
I'm sorry, Pablo's little cousin.
I'm just saying, like, hey.
Damn, that was a hell of a stretch.
If we being real, okay, we being real, and we all know my family don't watch my shows, so they see me and they ain't gonna look at it anyway. But if I showed you my little cousin, and I showed you her mama and her daddy, you be like, they adopted that child. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Because Natasha met him, and she was like, "Who her mama?" I said, "You met her mama already." She's like, "No, I didn't." I said, "Yes, the lady you met before you met her was her mama." She said, "Hell no." And you get offended watching this?
Hell of a stray.
And this saying,
yeah, I know one thing that I hate going around with my child. People just won't touch his hair.
Yeah,
Man,
he has lovely hair. Yeah, he has hair like you. He has lovely hair.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does. But once again, when you mix the children, we still black, motherfucker. Motherfuckers still want to touch our fucking hair.
Yeah.
There's only one thing is I just hope he don't get my hairline because he gonna be depressed if he gets this hairline.
Yeah, but see,
it's maternal.
He might be in that time because we're moving toward it where the ponytails are starting way back here and shit. Like they bald up here, but they got the ponytail. Since he's got such beautiful hair, he could have like a long curly ponytail and be good.
When I turn 60, okay, and if I see my little nephew with that long ponytail, I'm coming for you and his mama. I just want you to know that. I'm just gonna put that out.
Hey, I said it's your fault. You're the one who shows us all these videos and shit. That shit's supposed to be okay.
It is okay.
Fucking chalk lines. What the fuck?
Okay. First, the South Side fade. Okay, that's been a staple in Dallas well into the 70s. Okay, that has been a thing. Okay. They don't want this. They just want this. Okay, that's just what it is.
That's all I was saying. Alabama was who knows. By the time he gets to the point where he has a receding hairline, who knows what the fashion's gonna be.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. I got this one lady so bad. I was laughing in the car for 10 minutes. So we go to Targets. You know, we're just walking through Targets, just me and him. We're just going through picking up some
Target, y'all.
Target.
What happened?
It's Target.
He put an F on Target. You know he black.
Yeah. So we're walking through. We're going down the frozen ice cream aisle. I want to try to see if they got some Oreo bars because he loves Oreo bars. And that's what I get him to eat. This lady tries to walk up, try to touch his hair, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't do that. You can't touch him." She's like, "Oh, well." I was like, "Wait, let me touch your hair. Where you from? Where you live at? Where you originated from? Oh, look, can your hair do this? I've never seen hair just fall to the side like that. What is that natural? Do you have to do something to it? Is that a wig?" Man, when I say this lady turned ghost white, it was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just wanted to make sure. I just want to see. Like you said, European. Is that European authentic hair? It's like, and the way you say I'm sorry, that's so nice. It's just how you always say it. Man, when and you just see this guy like halfway down the aisle just start busting out laughing. He left the aisle I was like, don't play with me. I'm sick of these people reaching and touching my kids.
Because here's the thing. I live in California. You live in Alabama. Did you not feel how does that play into it? How does that, because I love it. I wish motherfuckers would all respond like that. But you being in Alabama and being a black man, how does that play into, like, you didn't feel any kind of danger or nothing?
You remember that Dave Chappelle skit when he was like, it's like, I like it just a little bit of racism in the air. Mm-hmm. It's like just but sometimes I love it. Like, you know, sometimes I like getting in the elevator and they be like, ooh, let me move my purse to the side because this big black man got in the elevator. It's just sometimes you love it, so you just learn to live with it. It's all around.
You know, and I told Alabama this when I met him in person. Didn't realize how tall he was. Me and
I
him
said the same thing about you. How tall are you, Alabama?
6'1".
Yeah, we're the same height. Like we're eye to eye. I did not realize that. I thought he was a little shorter. And the same for you, Christian. And when I met you, I didn't realize you were taller than I thought you was going to be. I thought you was going to be a little short, stout person. But
I was going to say, you must think I'm really short because I'm literally average height for a woman. I'm 5'5".
Yeah, but I thought you was a little shorter. And also, when I pulled up to the studio, I thought I was in danger. I just want to put that out there. Okay. You seen the studio, right? The steps on the side, right? So I'm pulling in. She's chilling on the steps with her head down. I'm like, who the fuck is this at my studio? I know she's coming. But by the way, I know she's coming. She told me she was coming. She said she was on her way. But I'm like, who the fuck is at the studio, smoking outside, looking real conspicuous?
I mean, it was cold. I just had a hoodie on. Come on, Pablo, you're racist.
Black hoodie at that. I told you, white people, I'm with y'all. Okay, I get nervous with black people too. Okay,
Black people that are technically white, percentage-wise, who told him ahead of time that they were coming and were waiting for him because he was late.
I was late. I was being a black person. I was being a black, but I saw a light-skinned black person in a black hoodie smoking outside my studio. I was like, hold on.
And I'm light bright as fuck on the screen, so the light skin shouldn't have threw you off. I don't understand, Pablo. The fuck?
Because around that time, nobody was coming to the studio yet. So I'm like, who's in the alley?
Is it crack?
It might
Is
be.
it crack? Is it meth?
It might be.
Fuck.
Then she stood up. I was like, oh, Christina. But as I turned in, yeah, spidey senses went off. That's all I'm saying.
Pablo.
Yes.
See, I thought you were relatively intelligent, but you just lost a couple of intelligence points with me.
That's everybody.
But see, if you live in Alabama, you get the both. You gotta look at both sides because you gotta look. Oh, here come a Confederate flag and double check. Not all people with the Confederate flag is bad, but so most of them they have it do. So it's not. You just gotta double check because you get hit with that hard ER so fast. Just
Wait. If I'm understanding what you're saying that in Alabama, motherfuckers still flying the Confederate flag might be all right.
Yeah.
I have a lot. Some of my good friends that have had it. And I mean, it's like, and I'm talking about they solid. They solid dudes. They go. They just have it. Have you seen? What is that? I can't remember what that classic show was where the white lady had the Confederate flag and the African American guy, and they had to come together talking about how it's like she views it as just her
Golden
previous
Girls
culture. Yeah. You know, she was talking about how it's a previous culture, and the guy's like, okay,
it was Golden Girls, and it was Blanche.
I forgot how young Alabama is. He's been around for so long. I just forgot how young he was. But,
shit! I forget. You know what? That makes the High School Musical reference make more sense. Because the only reason I seen High School Musical was because my kids were watching. God damn it, Alabama. Okay.
He would have went to school with your kids. That's
carry on.
But no, they have a sticker that they wear that they put on their cars now that says if this offends you, then you don't know nothing about history. Because the flag is historic. The actual flag that we should be upset about is not the flag that we are upset about.
I'll have to do some further research, but I know that
because there are some people that have like the shirts where it has all the different flags on it, and then they'll have
it's like an evolution.
Confederate flag on the back.
Yeah, they have a very specific flag that you should be like, "Ooh, what the fuck?" But that's not the one that was on the General League. That's not the flag you should be upset about.
Does it have a Negro hanging from a rope?
No, but everybody wears Timbs, so they don't. I don't know why they upset. If you wear Timbs, the Confederate flag should not bother you. I just want you to know that.
That's why in Alabama, you gotta specify a hangout. They say we're gonna go hang out. You gotta specify it. You can't just go to everybody's.
That's it.
That's the clip, Christina. That's the clip. That in the front of the show. Put that right there in front of the show.
4902.
You say hang out. You gotta be real specific.
Fucking wow. But
this guy told me, what he told me, he said, what he said, what do you call a black man in a suit? He said, a branch manager. And I was like, you know what? All right. And me and him were just giggling about it. And I think somebody walked past and they heard it. Whole face changed. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, Branch manager.
That's real dark humor.
Mm-hmm. But hang out
not even intended.
And then plus, you hang around because you get some of the best sayings to express your feelings.
Oh yeah.
Like I had one guy. The boss came around giving us stuff to do. And he literally stops and said, "I would rather sandpaper a bobcat's ass in a phone booth than do that." That was beautiful. I was like, "Whoa!" Like I'm gonna keep that one. That's in the chamber.
That in the Rolodex.
I was like, "Woo!" That's why you got to keep working. Because some of these sayings is beautiful.
I would say that.
Like the first time I ever heard, "I will drag my bare coochie down a street filled with glass," and I was like, "So never, ever, 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 ever." Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I get the extent of never.
That's right.
That's crazy.
This show is brought to you by racism.
I mean, if we don't laugh at it, what we gonna do? Succumb to it?
Right. We don't want to do that.
You know, they're demanding that Amazon Prime not show the documentary about Lake Lanier because don't tell people what we did, then we can't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
They'll know the playbook.
In high school, I did a lot of times Black History Month from our school. They let us do some presentations and stuff for it. So I did Why I Hate Tropic Thunder. Now, what I put in there, blackface.
I'm sorry. Boy, it just reminded me again how young he is.
They were like, "We gonna watch the movie. It's gonna be great." Boy, when they saw what I started off with, whiteface, just I had a teacher get mad at me because one of the clips I brought up was from the 80s. She's like, "It wasn't in the 80s. We didn't do it." So I just backed out the screen, lowered it down, zoomed in on 1980. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh, you always been a problem. I knew I liked you.
Yeah.
See, it's a smart problem because you got to pick your battles. But
right.
They tried to get Ben Stiller to apologize for Tropic Thunder like a couple of months ago.
It's too late.
He's going to happen again. Apologize. Yeah, he's refused to apologize for it. It was a good movie. Everybody watched it. What I'm apologizing for.
But I mean, they canceled that one show because somebody played a dark elf, which has nothing to do with black people. It's like, oh, it's close enough to blackface. No, don't confuse the two.
Well, and Uncle Sam is white, so
they did have Soul Man.
Little Mermaid.
Soul Man back in the 80s. That used to be one of my favorite movies of all time, actually.
What?
Soul Man, when my man couldn't get into school, so he popped the tanning pills so he can get the the minority scholarship. That was one of my favorite movies. And then I got older.
And yet, all I can think about as far as whiteface goes is their go-to favorite white chicks, which they were. I mean, I guess there's no justifying whiteface is whiteface. The only other thing I could think about or I can remember is Eddie Murphy.
They showing said nothing about him.
No, because they don't know. Because they didn't know to be outraged at whiteface until they started fucking doing blackface and getting called out for it again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because when Eddie Murphy did, and do you know what I'm talking about? Sorry, Alabama. Now I realize how young you are. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I watch a whole bunch of shows. I'm good.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, because it was based off a book. He was like recreating the book, made it into a skit. So, and then even when he did it on Coming to America, they laughed. They didn't say nothing about it.
The Jewish man, like I said, he played a Jewish man. And then let's go one step further. They didn't let this TV show last more than maybe 9 episodes, but there was a TV show called Black and White or black or white. I don't know. I found it.
I think it's black or white.
I found it on DVD on purpose so that I would find it. I went searching for it and I have it. But it was no more than maybe 9 episodes where the black people were white and the white people were black. And the thing is, that and the Eddie Murphy whiteface are both intended to show, motherfucker, y'all trying to say it ain't different. We know it's different. Look at this shit. Here it is. Look at it. But that's why the show only lasted like 9 episodes. That show was good. I wanted to see more. And they canceled it. I'm sure the white people didn't like it.
It offended too many people. That's why it's funny when you hit people with truth bombs. It's like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah, like the DeBarges are more talented than the Jacksons.
Or
the opinions
that racism actually exists.
The sole opinions of Pablo, not those of the SMG entity.
I mean, it's an opinion. Everybody's entitled to
that's a fact. You take Michael and Jermaine out of the equation, the rest of the 7 is trash. You put all the DeBarges together, even the nephews and the nieces sound better than the other 7. That's all I'm saying. Now, can they outwork Janet? No. Nobody can outwork Janet. Janet, she's probably the performer in the family. But everything else, you can't tell me Janet outthings Bunny. That nobody, if somebody told me that, I know.
I mean, he's not lying, Alabama. He's really not. And Janet can't even really sing. Like he said, she's more the performer.
Well, I mean, she did have to expose herself during the Super Bowl because, to get some.
Worst Super Bowl ever.
I still remember the day after that, my mom was like, I think I'm the only person in America that didn't see her titty.
I didn't see it either.
I didn't either. I missed it.
When the news put it on slow-mo and stopped it, I was like, oh, that happened. It was so abrupt.
I also did not get to see Kanye's wife snatch on the red carpet. So
I did see that.
I did not see that. I mean, because when I heard all the controversy and went back to go see what everybody was talking about, of course, then all the pictures are blurred. Not that I wanted to see her snatch. I'm just saying.
Yeah. My thing is with the Kanye situation is we keep flipping from this guy's a genius to now this guy's insane. This guy's a genius. This guy's insane.
I was gonna say he could be both. And like, he too. Even though we don't love claiming him, he too is a Gemini. He could be both.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when I first saw her, she had the fur coat on. But then when she slid it down, I was like,
and that's what I actually went to go see, not to see her snatch. The commentary that I saw that made me go look was talking about her demeanor and the conversation that was happening and the body language that was happening between them before she took off the coat. And so I wanted to go and see it for myself rather than take it from other people's because they were saying that she appears to be abused, that he told her to take the jacket off, that she didn't look comfortable, whatever. And I was like, let me go look at this for myself.
It looked like she did not think that she was taking her coat off. So she probably thought she was going to open up a little bit. You can see this and that's it. But he made her take the entire coat off. And then that's why they about to go through the divorce now. Because she's like, that was the last straw.
Yeah, she actually did look uncomfortable. But like I said, I saw the conversation around it before I saw the actual red carpet. So that's what I looked it up to go see. And like I said, the pictures are blurred from the front. So
I'm just always concerned as now who's going to be next because he's going to get somebody else. It's just going to be one of those
like her. Every woman he done had since Kim looked like Kim. So he's going to find somebody look like Kim again. And
she didn't look like Kim in the beginning. I feel like he morphed her into
That would maybe get divorced right there.
In the beginning, I don't feel like she looked like her when they first got together.
Yeah. That would have been ground to divorce right there. Like you morphed me into your ex-wife, bro, what are we doing here? Like,
if you want to talk about somebody who's not over their ex, Stephen A. Smith.
oh yeah, Stephen A. Smith, wow. Stephen A. Smith, wow. Because, and I've seen a couple other people, the Black Guru on TikTok. He's like, you disgraced your husband by going out there and dancing. Like, why are you digging at your ex? I'm like, bro, if you thought that was all about digging at her ex, then you totally missed the entire point.
And that's why I said that's their surface. That's surface. Yeah. They only understand the very surface. Because, yeah, it was that. But that was the cherry on top of everything else that it was.
I was like, he had both of his Drake's exes. She wasn't the only ex on the stage. He had both of them.
Did SZA was for Drake too?
Yep.
Yeah, SZA was his ex. And then
see, that's what I was saying. He had two in the chamber. Deeper,
if you want to get deeper, so you saw the boy on top of the light post.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reenactment of a commercial he did about 6-7 years ago. The girl in that video, girl in that commercial was his ex too. Shout out to Georgia Smith. She got good albums.
See, that's it's the deep stuff that I didn't know now. Because
I think Georgia's
I
on
knew
tour.
what
That's only why she couldn't make it
was all of that shit, and it wasn't about Drake. The fact that anybody thinks any of the Super Bowl was about Drake only sees about this much of what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like literally like 10% of it was about Drake. That's it.
I wouldn't even give it 10%.
Okay.
I wouldn't even give it that. I'd give it maybe 7.5, 8.
So for me, the song is for Drake. Him looking into the camera was for Drake. Him say they like the suit. Everything else wasn't for Drake.
And if it was a dig at Drake, it was because double, triple, quadruple entendres. Kendrick is fucking amazingly intelligent and just as fucking petty.
And that's what and this is the thing. He asked for all of this. He said, I need you to write. Come on, we waiting for you. He said, you need a double, triple entendre this. Make it interesting. Like he
just give him the Grammy.
Right. Everything he asked for, it happened. Like, thank you. Like, if I was Kendrick, I would send him a bottle of champagne. Like, appreciate you. Okay.
But I am waiting on that Lil Wayne album come out. See what Lil Wayne gonna be doing.
I haven't been excited about a Lil Wayne album since the Carter 4.
Yeah, Carter 3 is my favorite. Carter 3 is my favorite.
That's a lot of people's favorite. Me personally, I think the Carter 1 is my favorite. I
think that's the released album because he had a bunch of songs he never released.
Yeah,
but that are out there that had it just the lighter. Whew.
Yeah,
some people's songs he done took from him. he just can't release them. Don't want to pay him all that money.
I went to the bootleg man, got the Carter, and I was like, oh, okay, Lil Wayne grew up. I like this. Mm-hmm. I was tired of hearing them, saying every day it's like I have cake every day, like it's my birthday. Like I was tired of hearing those. I wanted to hear him for once. And he started sounding, and then that's when Gilly the Kid was writing for him. So he had more mature songs. So I was like, oh, I like it. Then he tore up the Notebook. And then I didn't want to hear it no more.
See, maybe it's just me, but that trio over there has never really been my thing. Drake, Wayne, or Nicki Minaj. Like, I don't.
And for as braggadocious that they are, they flop at the award shows. Like as much as they brag, they flop.
How many times have I told you that I can't tell you a favorite song because music is moods, and none of their each of the three of them might have a handful at most of songs that I like.
Yeah.
Nothing that I feel.
Yeah. Now
too much of anything.
They're like the Avengers, since you're a Marvel person. By themselves, they're okay. Like you watch an Iron Man's okay, you know, you watch Spider-Man's okay, but when you see an Avenger movie, it go crazy. So when they're all on the same song together, it go crazy for whatever reason. I don't know who.
See, and those might be the handful of songs that I like. Like,
anytime you see them together, it's go crazy.
Any of my
I tell you, Nicki Minaj can make features. She kills features, but her
that's
own
what I was
songs
just gonna say.
be like,
any of my favorite Nicki Minaj is probably a feature on somebody else's shit.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not a fan of her features, but
I mean, her features are better than her music, so
yeah. And if I'm not a fan of her features, that should tell you how I feel about her music.
Damn, we're at least
now,
giving her the features over here.
Do you think that since Pete Davidson likes to mess with Kanye, when
if he pulls
Kanye
off
gets the divorce, I'm just asking. I'm just wondering, is Pete gonna get with Bianca?
Now, see, this was nowhere in my recesses of my mind. Nowhere in the orbit.
You can tell.
Anything.
You can tell Alabama has been following me since he was a kid. Because those are the questions you need to ask.
But in answer to your question, I will say, number one, that shit will be fucking hilarious. And I will laugh until it hurts. But also, Pete Davidson wants to fight. Because Kanye...
At that point, yeah. It's time to put your hands
quite
up.
Unhinged in the moment. And so... I have warned you all 1,000,001 times. Do not flip that switch on a Gemini. And Kanye's already in unhinged territory.
He already wanted to fight him the first time. So this time, you just got to meet up somewhere.
Well, see, I don't know if
daughter's birthday, didn't he?
Or not, because I don't know how either is equipped.
Yeah.
Because I was originally going to say Pete Davidson has a death wish.
Don't put equipped and Pete Davidson in the same sentence, okay? Because Kim said he a tripod, so that's why she dealt with it. He the real Gertie Smurf. Okay, if they say
I just see a headline: Pete Davidson seen with Bianca, but she's fully dressed and fully covered.
Yeah, he's treating her like a lady.
I'm gonna be like,
and I'm kind of a Pete Davidson fan. When he since he was on SNL, Pete is funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, on SNL he's funny. I don't like his stand up, but on SNL he's funny.
His stand ups were hit or miss for me. Yeah. A couple I liked, a couple I didn't. But did you see his movie, The King of New Jersey, or whatever the hell it is?
Yeah.
I thought that shit was funny. I like Pete.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, you know, because they're gonna ask him, how did you meet her? He's like, oh, you know, a friend hooked us up. He'll give him the same story he did with Kim. Yeah, I make you laugh. But you know,
I gotta check and see if Pete's a Gemini too, because
Do it.
Pete Davidson. When's his birthday? He messing around be a Gemini.
November 16th.
November 16th?
Is he a Sagittarius?
He's a Scorpio.
Oh, a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That's why I came with fucking with him.
That makes sense.
You heard Tyrese? He's a Scorpio. That's all you got to say about it. He ain't say nothing else.
That makes sense. That tracks.
Petty.
Oh God.
He lived to be petty. That's their life. It's pettiness. So
on that note, you guys, we are actually over time.
We gonna end it off on a Scorpio. That's crazy.
She gonna be thinking about this now. It's gonna be a post next week.
Yep.
I'm waiting for Pete.
Pete, you on the clock.
Or you know what would be even better?
Hold on, brother. So give me 1 second. I'll get some milk. 1 second.
If he does a guest spot on SNL, because are they back?
Oh, you already know.
They should be coming back from hiatus soon.
Oh, if they don't write that as a skit, they failed. They failed. They don't write that as a skit.
Oh shit. Oh, Pablo, tell the people where to find you.
Hey, everybody, you know who it is. It's your boy Pablo, grandma's favorite grandson. You can find me everywhere, actually. I'm everywhere. I'm on all the socials, fan base, all that good stuff. Look up Stark Arrogance, SarCarrogance. I'll pop up. Just Google me, and the whole list pops up. And if you want to laugh and you want to see something to get you, stop thinking about the day, go to the Jester. Just put in TH_JES. The rest will pop up. The Jester _SMG. There you go.
Bama.
You can find me on Instagram, Unknown Journey Remastered, or you can find me in either one of these guys' comment sections. All right. I'll be there, just like the song. I'll be there.
And also in the Alpha Phi Alpha directory, you can find him in there too.
Yep.
In the who?
Alpha Phi Alpha. He's the Alpha man.
Oh. Thank you both for being here. This was fun. You guys can come back anytime you want.
Super guest. I'm trying to go for 5, like John Goodman. Let's go.
Super commenter. Yeah.
It's the Super Show. There you go. Super Friends. That's what it's called, Christina. Go ahead, put that in.
For those of you not on the screen, if this is your first time, thank you for joining us. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. I am your host, XtinaMcCrazy, and I am happy you were here with us. Love authentic conversation. If you would like to be a guest on the show, all things McCrazy can be found at this link right here, msha.ke/XtinaMcCrazy, including the guest intake form to be on my show.
Very inclusive
also,
people. She asked your blood type and all that.
Now, see, first of all, Pablo, as the CEO of the network, you should be glad that it's actually very legally sound.
Oh yeah, it's definitely professional. I need one for myself.
The disclaimer letting you know that I'm gonna put your shit on the internet, and the internet is forever. So I need you to sign off that that's okay. Oh, matter of fact, I know we're going long, but I forgot to mention it. So one of the questions, y'all, that I do ask on the intake form is if there are any topics that are off limits or what topics you might want to discuss. Pablo said he wanted to talk about people.
What is it?
I pulled out the forms this morning before we came on so I could see, okay, what does, and Alabama was like, anything. He's just excited to be on the show. Okay, yeah, that's great. Pablo, anything that's off limits? No, not really. What do you want to talk about? This, people.
Mine was easy. I just put anything.
We listen and we judge.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Join us again next month. Go forward with kindness, love, and most important, empathy.